Welcome to the Newsworthy. All the day's news in less than 10 minutes. Fast, fair, fun, and on the go. Today we are talking everything from North Korea's missiles and 3D guns to MoviePass and Big Macs. All that and much more in less than 10 minutes. I'm Erica Mandy. Today is Tuesday, July 31st. You ready? Let's do this. Well, it seems North Korea is still making some nuclear weapons, despite talks between North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and President Trump. The Washington Post says U.S. spy agencies have seen new evidence that work continues there to create missiles in secret. To be clear, it's not saying North Korea is building more than it was before, but instead that the country hasn't stopped the operations. Putting an end to nuclear weapons was, of course, part of the deal President Trump was trying to make. Intelligence now suggests North Korea plans to act like it's getting rid of warheads, but really keep dozens of them. That said, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo told lawmakers just last week that talks with North Korea are on track, that the effort to make North Korea get rid of nuclear weapons is just now getting underway. Stay tuned. From a meeting with North Korea's leader to a meeting with Iran's, maybe. President Trump said yesterday he would be willing to meet with Iranian President Hassan Rouhani, no preconditions needed, that he believes in meeting and talking things through. But later, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo went on TV and said, well, actually, there would be some preconditions. He told CNBC Iran officials would first need to show changes in how they treat their people and agree that a new deal is needed with the U.S. Then the two leaders could potentially talk. Remember, Iran's president is the same guy Trump traded threats with just last week. They haven't gotten along ever since Trump pulled the U.S. out of the Iran nuclear deal. That was the 2015 agreement put in place by former President Barack Obama. It said Iran would get rid of nuclear weapons in exchange for the U.S. getting rid of sanctions on the country. Well, Trump called it a bad deal and said it was too generous to Iran. In fact, the AP says the U.S. will put sanctions back in place against Iran starting next week, and it's already causing some economic problems there. Iran has pushed back on this, saying the U.S. plan will fail. This is far from over. Today, a high-profile trial will begin in Virginia, the trial of Paul Manafort. He's the former Trump campaign chairman, now facing federal financial fraud charges. This is the first trial that stems from that Russia investigation. Yes, the one where special counsel Robert Mueller is looking into Russia interfering in the 2016 election and any possible collusion. But here's the thing. Manafort's charges don't actually have anything to do with the Trump campaign, at least not at this point. Fox News reports the trial will focus on accusations that Manafort hid millions of dollars while working for the Ukrainian government and a pro-Russian leader. The trial is expected to last a few weeks, and if he's found guilty, he faces decades in prison on bank and tax fraud charges. And by the way, he's also facing more charges in another case that's set to go to trial in September. By now, you've probably heard of 3D printed pretty much anything, from shoes to houses. Well, how about 3D printed guns? It's happening, and starting tomorrow, August 1st, a man in Texas can legally release the online blueprints for a 3D printed pistol. And yes, he is doing it legally. The man behind the blueprints is named Cody Wilson. He first sued the federal government 5 years ago, but only recently the Trump administration settled the case, which means starting this week, anyone can access the instructions to make 3D printed guns. Now, CNET reports several states are suing, and 21 state attorneys general sent a letter all trying to stop this from happening. The Washington State Attorney General said it's a huge concern because people won't register these weapons, so they can't be traced. They'll be difficult to detect, even with metal detectors, because they're made mostly of plastic. And anyone at any age could potentially make a weapon without a background or mental check. But Wilson and his supporters say this is all part of the Second Amendment, that Americans have, quote, the unquestionable right to access this information. Despite all this back and forth, it seems at least some of the downloadable plans to make 3D printed guns are already up on the website and available online. All right, some other things people may be talking about today. What do you think of this? Some are calling it the Netflix for gadgets. A new startup would let customers rent tech products like smartphones and laptops. TechCrunch reports you could rent individual tech products either monthly, for 3 months, or for the whole year, and then you would have the option to buy it. For now, this company called Grover is only in Germany, but says it plans to take it internationally in the future. MoviePass is dealing with some more problems. Business Insider reports now MoviePass subscribers may not be able to use the app for the big movie releases of the weekend. Customers already complained last weekend that they couldn't see Mission Impossible Fallout, at least not with their MoviePass subscription. Remember, MoviePass is a service that lets you pay a low monthly flat fee for pretty much unlimited movie tickets. But the company has been running out of money, and it's now making some big changes just to stay afloat. Basketball star and new LA Lakers player LeBron James is getting a lot of attention right now for what he's doing off the court. His family foundation just partnered with the public school system in Akron, Ohio, his hometown, to open up a new public school for at-risk students. It's called the I Promise School. USA Today reports it has a longer school year, focuses on specific areas to help the kids more, and it offers more free food. But here's the big difference. It supports families, not just the kids, but the parents too, from stress management to job placement services, even an on-site food bank. Happy birthday to the Big Mac. McDonald's Big Mac turns 50 this week, and to celebrate, the fast food joint is starting what it's calling a new global currency, MacCoin. But don't worry, this is not actually just another version of Bitcoin, which we've seen a lot of companies jumping into lately. No cryptocurrency here. Instead, the AP says this one is literally just a coin, a physical coin that you will get when you go into McDonald's on Thursday, August 2nd and buy a Big Mac. And then you can come back with that coin the next day on Friday for a free Big Mac. And that's it. You are all caught up for today. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And I always love it when you share the newsworthy with your friends. And if you want to read more about a news story we talked about today, just check out today's show notes. You can find them at thenewsworthy.com. Just click episodes and find today's date. The Newsworthy is ready for you to listen every weekday by 4 in the morning Eastern Time. So we will chat again tomorrow. Have a great day.